Hey everyone! Welcome back to Miss English Channel. I'm Emily, and today we're diving into one of the warmest topics in English: family, friends, and childhood memories.
That's right. I'm Paul, and this one is close to my heart. Talking about your family and childhood is one of the best ways to connect with others, especially when you're learning English.
Exactly. These are topics everyone can relate to. And when you speak about them, your words come with emotion, not just vocabulary.
Before we start, if you love learning English through real stories and conversations like this, don't forget to subscribe. It's free, and it helps you grow faster.
All right, let's begin. It's a Sunday morning. The smell of pancakes fills the air. You hear soft laughter from the kitchen. Your mom is calling you for breakfast. That feeling, that warmth, that's where language lives.
I love that image. You see, when we talk about family, we're not just using words. We're sharing pieces of who we are. Let's learn how to do that in English, naturally.
Okay, Paul, how would you answer this question? Can you tell me about your family?
Good question. I might say, I come from a small family. There are 4 of us: my mom, my dad, my sister, and me.
Nice and simple. Here's another example. I'm really close to my grandparents. They live in the countryside, and I visit them every summer.
That's beautiful. The key is to keep it real. Don't try to sound perfect, just honest. You can even say, my family is big and we often have noisy dinners, but I love it.
Exactly. Noisy dinners makes it feel alive. Let's practice a few useful words for talking about family. First, siblings. It means brothers and sisters.
Right. You can say, I have 2 siblings, 1 older brother and 1 younger sister. It sounds more natural than saying 2 brothers or sisters.
Good one. Another common word is relatives. That means your whole family. Cousins, uncles, aunts, grandparents. You can say, I have many relatives who live abroad.
Now, let's add emotion. Try, I miss my relatives because we used to spend every holiday together. Feel how it changes when you speak with feeling?
Yes, that's when English becomes more than grammar. It becomes connection.
Emily, what about childhood memories? That's a fun one. Everyone has a story about their childhood.
True. When you talk about childhood, it's nice to use the past tense naturally. For example, when I was a child, I loved climbing trees.
Or, I used to play football with my friends after school. Used to is perfect for describing habits from the past.
Exactly. Here's another one. I remember spending hours drawing with my best friend. We wanted to be artists.
That's sweet. Listeners, what about you? What did you love doing as a kid? Say it aloud. Use this pattern. When I was a child, I...
Take a second and repeat it. When I was a child, I. Good. Even if your sentence isn't perfect, that's okay. You're training your memory, your voice, and your confidence.
Remember, done is better than perfect. You learn faster when you speak without fear.
Exactly. Let's bring in a short story. Do you remember Jesse, one of our students?
Yes, the one from Thailand?
Right. He once told us that when he first tried to describe his family in English, he froze. He didn't know the words.
But instead of giving up, he started writing short notes about each family member. My mom is kind. My dad likes cooking. My sister studies medicine.
See? Little steps. That's how language grows, one honest sentence at a time.
Exactly. Let's learn a few more useful phrases for this topic. You can say, I'm close to my family, or we have a strong bond.
Or, my parents are supportive. My grandparents raised me. We always celebrate birthdays together. These are all common, natural expressions.
Let's practice pronunciation for a moment. Repeat after us. We have a strong bond.
We have a strong bond. Bond. Nice. Remember to pronounce the D softly at the end. Now, another one. I'm close to my family.
Perfect! You can use this in almost any conversation, even when meeting new friends.
Speaking of friends, that's our next section. Friends are like the family we choose.
Exactly. Think about your best friend. How would you describe them in English?
Maybe you'd say, she's always there for me, or he makes me laugh when I feel sad.
Those sentences are simple but powerful. The best English isn't about long words, it's about true feeling.
So let's learn some vocabulary for friendship. Best friend, close friend, childhood friend, classmate, neighbor.
You can say, we've been friends since childhood, or we met in high school.
That's good. Or we lost touch for a few years, but now we talk again. That phrase, lost touch, means you stopped communicating.
Exactly. Here's another one, get along with. It means to have a good relationship. For example, I get along well with my coworkers.
Or, I don't get along with my brother sometimes, but we still care about each other. That's real life. Family and friends are never perfect, but that's what makes stories interesting.
Totally. Okay, let's do a mini practice. Finish the sentence. My best friend is...
Go ahead, say it out loud. Don't think too much. The goal is to connect words with emotion.
Now try this one. We met when...
Good. See? You're already telling a story in English. That's the magic of this language. It helps you share your memories, your heart, your life.
And remember, even small progress is still progress. Every word you speak builds a bridge between your heart and another person's.
Beautifully said, Paul. Okay, everyone, let's take a short breath here.
We've talked about family, childhood, and friends. 3 powerful parts of your life.
But we're not done yet. On the next part, we'll go deeper into stories that shaped who we are and phrases that make your English unforgettable.
So stay with us. You're doing amazing.
Ready to continue?
Welcome back. Now, let's go a little deeper. We've talked about your family and friends, but what about those small childhood moments that made you who you are today?
Like the first time you learned to ride a bike, or the day you got lost in the supermarket. Those memories shape our stories, and stories make English alive.
Yes. Let's take one simple sentence. When I was a child, I used to ride my bike every evening.
Now you can add emotion. When I was a child, I used to ride my bike every evening, feeling free and happy as the sun went down.
See the difference? One sentence tells information. The other tells a feeling. Both are English, but only one makes people listen.
Exactly. Let's practice this together. Repeat after me slowly. When I was a child, I used to...
Good. Now complete it with your own memory. When I was a child, I used to...
Maybe you played football? Maybe you read books under a tree? Or maybe you helped your parents cook dinner?
Those details, the smell of food, the laughter, the sound of the rain, they help your English sound natural and emotional.
Let's bring in a mini story. Crystal, one of our students, told us about her grandmother.
Oh yes, the one who made homemade cookies every Sunday?
That's her. Crystal said, "Every Sunday morning, my grandmother baked cookies. The whole house smelled sweet and warm."
And then she added, even now, that smell makes me feel safe. That's language with heart.
Yes, when you speak like that, people don't just understand your words, they feel your story.
So, let's learn some useful words for these moments. The first one, nostalgic. It means you feel happy and a bit sad when you remember the past.
For example, hearing old songs makes me feel nostalgic. It's one of my favorite words.
Mine too. Another one, childhood. That's the time when you were a child. My childhood was full of adventures.
Or, I had a happy childhood near the sea. Simple, real, full of life.
Here's one more, memorable. It means something that stays in your mind. That trip with my family was so memorable.
Good one. Okay, let's add a quick vocabulary spotlight.
Word 1, bond, a strong connection. Synonym, connection. Example, we have a strong bond as a family.
Word 2, trust. Believing someone will not hurt or lie to you. Synonym, faith. Example, good friends always trust each other.
And word 3, reunion, when people meet again after a long time. Synonym, gathering. Example, we had a family reunion last summer.
Great! Listeners, say those words out loud. Bond, trust, reunion.
Perfect. Remember, the more you speak, the more confident you become.
Now, Paul, let's talk about something many learners struggle with: describing relationships.
Ah, yes, that's important. Here are some phrases you can use. We grew up together. We stayed in touch. We drifted apart.
Drifted apart means you slowly stopped being close. But it's natural. Life changes, people move.
Exactly. You can say, my best friend and I drifted apart after college, but we still talk sometimes.
Now, here's a mindset tip. Don't worry if your English isn't perfect when you talk about feelings.
Yes, people don't remember your grammar. They remember your smile, your emotion, your story.
That's right. And this is something we always tell our students. Motivation comes after action. Speak first, improve later.
Let's add a fun mini practice. Emily, I'll ask a few questions and our listeners can answer out loud.
Let's do it.
Question 1. Who was your favorite person when you were a child?
Question 2. What's one funny memory from your childhood?
Question 3. How often do you talk to your family or old friends now?
Perfect. Don't just think of the answers, say them. The sound of your own voice in English builds memory.
Exactly. Language is not only learned by listening, it's built by speaking.
Now let's move to a new moment, growing up. How your relationships change as you grow older.
Yes, this part is emotional. When we grow up, we often realize how much our family and friends shaped our hearts.
So true. When you start living far from home, you learn to say things you never said before, like, I miss you, thank you, I love you.
That's powerful English, real emotion, not just words from a textbook.
Exactly. Here's an example. Since I moved to another city, I call my parents every Sunday.
Or, I didn't appreciate my mother's advice when I was younger, but now I understand it. Those sentences show growth in language and in life.
Emily, I think every learner has a moment when they wish they could express their feelings better in English.
Yes, that's why we make videos like this, to help you not just speak English, but feel English.
Exactly. When you share a personal story about your family, your friends, your childhood, your words have soul.
And that's when real communication begins. All right, before we move to our final part, let's summarize a few key phrases.
I'm close to my family.
We used to play together.
We drifted apart, but still care about each other.
We had a memorable childhood.
Repeat them out loud with us. Feel them. Let your voice carry your story.
You're doing great. And remember, every time you speak, you're not just learning English, you're building confidence, memory, and connection.
Beautiful. All right, let's keep going. In the final part, we'll explore deeper emotions, gratitude, forgiveness, and the power of sharing your past in English.
Yes, that's where English becomes not just a language, but a way to heal and connect. Stay with us, the best part is coming next.
Welcome back. Now we've reached the heart of today's conversation, gratitude, forgiveness, and how sharing your memories in English can bring healing.
Yes, Emily. Because sometimes learning a language isn't only about communication. It's about rediscovering yourself through words.
Exactly. Think about this. When you say, I'm proud of my parents, or I miss my friend, you're not just practicing grammar, you're practicing love.
That's beautiful. Let's take a moment to say one simple sentence together. I'm grateful for my family.
Repeat it aloud. I'm grateful for my family. Feel how warm that sounds? Gratitude changes your voice. It makes your English shine naturally.
Here's another one. I forgive my friend. Sometimes, forgiveness gives us peace, even when the words are small.
Yes, words like thank you, I'm sorry, I understand, they may sound simple, but they carry powerful emotion.
And they connect us, because everyone, no matter where they're from, understands those feelings.
Paul, I remember when one of our students, Mi from Japan, told us she finally called her brother after years of silence. In English.
Yes, she said, I used to avoid calling him because my English wasn't good enough, but I realized feelings matter more than mistakes.
And when she finally spoke, she said, Hi, I miss you. Let's talk. That's courage. That's real English.
Exactly. So, to everyone listening, don't wait until your English is perfect to speak your heart. Speak now, and your English will grow with your feelings.
Let's add a few more phrases that express warmth and connection. I really appreciate you. You mean a lot to me. I'll never forget those days.
Those are great. Try saying one of them to someone today. Text your friend, call your mom. Let your English bring people closer.
Here's a quick practice for you. I'll say the first half of the sentence and you finish it in your own words. Ready?
I'm grateful for...
Good. I miss...
Nice. I'll always remember...
Perfect. That's how you train emotional fluency, the ability to express your heart clearly in English.
Emily, can we talk about something I love? Cultural moments. Family and childhood memories are different around the world, but the feelings are the same.
Yes, that's true. In many Asian countries, people often live with their parents for many years, and family meals are very special.
While in Western countries, people move out earlier, but they stay connected through calls, messages, and holidays.
And in every culture, there's one thing that unites us: love expressed through time, care, and shared memories.
So when you talk about family and friends in English, you're not just learning phrases, you're sharing your culture with the world.
That's powerful. It reminds me of something my father once said: language is not what we speak, it's what we remember.
That's deep, Emily, and it's true.
Every memory you describe in English becomes a bridge to someone else's story.
All right, let's wrap up with a few mindset reminders. If you forget a word, smile and keep going. If your grammar isn't perfect, still speak.
Because communication isn't about perfection, it's about connection.
Exactly. Every time you talk about your family or your past, you train more emotions and pronunciation together. That's real fluency.
Let's close with our vocabulary spotlight for today's topic.
Word 1, cherish. To love and care deeply about something. Synonym, treasure. Example, I cherish my childhood memories.
Word 2, appreciate. To be thankful for something. Synonym, value. Example, I appreciate my parents' support.
Word 3, connect. To build a relationship or understanding. Synonym, link. Example, stories help us connect with others.
Beautiful. These three words, cherish, appreciate, connect, are keys to speaking English with soul.
All right, everyone, let's breathe for a moment. Think of one family memory that makes you smile.
Now say it in English, even quietly. Feel your heart and your voice work together. That's growth.
And if you only remember one phrase today, let it be this. Even small words can carry big love.
Yes, because learning English isn't only about speaking better. It's about living deeper.
Thank you so much for joining us today. You're doing great. Every video, every word, every try, it all matters.
If you learned something new, share this video, leave a comment, and tell us one phrase you'll use with your family or friends today.
And don't forget to subscribe because your English journey deserves love, time, and a little bit of light every week.
This is Paul, and I'm grateful for every listener here.
And I'm Emily, sending you warmth and motivation from Miss English Channel. Keep speaking, keep feeling, keep growing.
See you in the next video.
Take care, everyone, and call someone you love today.